Hey guys, my name is Raxby and welcome back to more Let's Play Professor Layton and the Lost Future. Last time around, we entered the research facility and we saved 2 of these scientists so far, but now we're gonna continue deeper in and see if we can find Dimitri and shut him down for good. Let's move on down the hallway. There's a door here in the back. This door appears to lead to the central research room. I hope Dimitri's in there, Professor. As do I. You heard him talking earlier. He can still be reasoned with. I'm sure of it. Well, our first chance is to get this door open. There's some strange lock on it. Another puzzle, I suspect. He no doubt wishes to test the intelligence of all those who enter. Well, that should be no problem for us. Let's tackle puzzle 115. The plus sign displayed in the top left is hidden somewhere in this pattern. Can you find it? It's exactly the same shape and size. Draw a line around it. So we have this plus shape here in the top right, and we need to find that exact shape and size somewhere in this puzzle. Well, I'll just draw it out then. If we go here, and you can basically only go draw on these black lines within the puzzle. But if we do it like this, wait, actually I should be drawing it like this, right? Yeah. What am I even doing? Do I want it on this one? Yes, I believe I want this one, this one, this one. Then we want to go 2 down here, 2 to the right here, and there we go. Then we have that exact plus sign, right? Yes, I believe this should be it.
That should do the trick. Just as I suspected.
And there we go. Pretty easy. There we are. The door's lock seems to be disengaged. Wow, I did not talk properly at all. Hold it right there.
Aha! So this is where you sneaky sneaks have been hiding. There'll be no getting away this time.
Layman, it's little Layman. I didn't know he was part of the family. That's so cool. Okay.
Oh.
Oh no! We're trapped! Quickly, follow me!
Huh?
Through here, everyone. Whew, that was close. Oh, my heart's still racing.
Who are you? My eyes must be playing tricks on me.
You're Professor Layton, are you not?
Claire? Is it you?
No. I'm Celeste, her younger sister. I've been trying to uncover what really happened to Claire. I know she was quite fond of you, Professor.
Well, there we go. We have solved Mystery 9. The enigmatic woman is none other than Claire's younger sister, Celeste. She came to the future London in search of clues as to the circumstances of her sister's death, and is following Professor Layton in the belief that he will uncover the truth. And with that, all mysteries have been solved. You're Claire's younger sister? You look exactly like her. It's uncanny. We've crossed paths several times, haven't we? And yet it's strange. Claire never mentioned having a sister. It's my greatest regret. We spent the last years of our life estranged from each other. Forgive me for not getting in touch with you earlier, Professor. I wanted to, but I was afraid it might attract unwanted attention from the family. For your own safety, I decided it was best to avoid contact with you. I see. You must have cared dearly for your sister to come to a place like this in the search of truth. Well, if I'm honest, I haven't been running my own investigations so much as tailing yours, Professor. But why? Your reputation. Don't they say the great Professor Layton can solve any puzzle? I thought that if anyone could get to the bottom of what happened that day, it would be you. Celeste. On the day of the explosion, Oh no, the family will be here any second. We've got to run. Now's my time to shine. No one makes a grand escape like Don Paolo. We can't move quickly in a big group like this. We need to split up. Couldn't agree more, my dear Celeste. Please allow me to personally escort you to safety. Layton, you take the kids. Celeste, wait. There's still so much we need to discuss. Ah! Found you! Professor, the city hides a secret so large it defies the imagination.
The answer to everything lies in the old father's embrace. It is there we will meet next.
Well. Bostro is standing right there, isn't he? I think we should probably, run. We need to leave this facility immediately. So let's go up the ladder now. Phew, I can't believe the three of us made it out there in one piece. Don't let your guard down, Luke. We're not out of the woods yet. Professor, I just can't stop thinking about the last thing Celeste said to us.
The answer to everything lies in the old father's embrace. It is there we will meet next.
Celeste was clearly trying to give us a hint as to our next rendezvous point.
Oh, of course! She used a code to hide our meeting place from the family. But what could that code possibly mean?
Think of it as a puzzle, Luke. Though I suspect the answer to this puzzle will be much more than our next meeting place. I'd wager that it's also the family's secret headquarters, and where Dimitri's been hiding.
If that's the case, it's even more important that we find out where this place is.
Luke, do you remember seeing a flyer for a restaurant named the Thames Arms on the way here? That's where Celeste will be waiting for us.
At the Thames Arms? But how did you work that out?
Well, Luke, have you ever heard of Old Father Thames? Rivers are often personified in folklore and literature, and the River Thames is no exception. When Celeste said that the answer lies in the Old Father's embrace, the father she was talking about was Old Father Thames.
Oh, I get it! And an embrace happens in someone's arms. In this case, the arms of the Thames.
Well, that is certainly something. I probably wouldn't have been able to figure out that myself, but I've been thinking, Professor. What about Luke? About how you, Dimitri, and Don Paolo all have a personal tie to poor Claire, and all of you seem to question the circumstances surrounding her death, even Celeste. Why do I get the feeling that many of the mysteries lead back to that explosion? The explosion that killed Claire didn't just destroy the lab in which she worked. By the time I got word of the accident and ran to the site, the whole place was in flames. A block of flats next to the lab had been destroyed by the blast. The entire area was devastated. Looking upon that scene, I knew that Claire was lost to me forever. And I wasn't the only one who had lost something that day. Many others were wounded or lost loved ones. To this day, I still remember an orphan child I met wandering the street, wailing for his parents. For some time after the incident, I was in a state of shocked grief. Then, when I came back to my senses, I noticed something curious. Despite the scale of the damage, there was no follow-up coverage in the media. Not one word about the incident was printed or broadcast after the initial reports. I knew the only way I'd get answers about what happened was by running my own investigation. I immediately set to work researching Claire's lab and the scientists she had worked with. During my investigation, I learned that powerful political forces had suppressed reports of the blast. It was right after this discovery that I was viciously assaulted. My injuries were so severe, I was in the hospital for a month. I was lucky to be alive. When I returned to my work, my office had been torn apart. The majority of the information I'd gathered on the case had been stolen. The explosion was no ordinary accident. Someone with serious political clout was involved. And this person abused his or her power to keep any facts about the event from ever coming to light. I tried to dig back into the case several times, but it was no use. Every time I tried to make progress, I was met with resistance and threats of violence. Claire's lost to me forever. I know that, but I must know the truth of what happened that day. It's a feeling I'm sure Don Paolo and Celeste share as well. So you think Dimitri knows the truth? Dimitri, and perhaps one other person. Who else do you mean, Professor? Everything will become clear at the Thames Arms. Let's go. Well, that was quite some backstory. Let's enter the shed. I am lost. Eek! Flora, are you okay? Scusa, comrades. It wasn't my intention to scare the young Fraulein. Pavel, what are you doing down here? I was exploring the area, and so I ended up here, perdido. Doing some of the cavern exploration you were talking about, I take it? Dah! Earlier in my quest to find the Great Tunnels, I mistakenly wandered onto some train tracks. That little viaggi put me in great peril, and my danger is part and parcel of exploring El Mundo, no? Sure, you can say that. Naturalmente, most of my travel woes could have been avoided if my compass hadn't been broken. I think this map might be able to show me which way to go. A bit of help, bitte? Sure, we can give that a try. This chart has cardinal directions written on each square. However, the top of the chart is not necessarily north. If you point the correct side of the chart as north, starting from a certain square and moving in the direction each square indicates, allows you to pass over all the squares on the chart. Knowing this, can you work out which side of the map A, B, C, or D is north? Okay, well, here's the thing. No matter which side is north, we want to end up in this top row somehow, because that would all lead in a straight line, and you can't escape from this straight line anymore. So we know that. We're gonna end up there somehow. Now, the only way to get into this is, well, south would have to lead into east, right? Or possibly north if we take the other route, but let's say south. That means that we would also go south here, and these would be wests, this would be north, and this would be east. This would assume that if C is north, then this would indeed make sense, because we would go to the west here, right, or to the east here at the start. Then we would go north, which is down in this case. Then we would go west twice, south twice, and then east 3 times, and we would exit out here. So I think that is the way we want to go. So I'm going to say that C is up.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Just as I suspected.
And there we go. Here we have the path that we have to take. Oh, double gracias, monsieur. Thank you for my travels. I can now continue my travels. Be careful, Pavel. Be careful. Alright, let's walk down. We've made it this far. I think it's safe we've given the family the slip. Things got rather chaotic. Are you okay, Flora? Not too shaken? I'm fine, Professor. Just glad I had both of you with me. Professor, the Thames Arm is just up the road from here. Let's go and meet Celeste. Let's start Chapter 12. The Truth Revealed. Well, Chelmy, Barton, what are you up to? Layton, any breakthroughs in your investigation? Possibly, Inspector. I'm very glad to see you. I need you to accompany me to the Thames's Arms. The Thames's Arms? My investigation of those premises revealed delicious smells, sir. Be quiet for a minute, will you, Barton? What is there at the Thames Arms that's so investigation I need to head there this very instant? I make no promise, but it's likely that what happens there will lead you to the Prime Minister. Really now? Well, my interest is piqued. There's the matter of this blasted puzzle. What puzzle? It's in this note I found. I have a feeling it could have some bearing on the case. Can I take a look at it? It probably won't have any bearing on the case, though, knowing Chelmy. You receive a letter that says, the room in this photograph hides a secret. Remove one of the floor tiles to reveal the hidden treasure. In the same envelope as the letter is the photograph shown below with the following note on the back. Follow the arrow to where the treasure lies. Which tile do you need to remove in order to find the treasure? Circle your answer. So we first of all need to find an arrow in this painting somewhere. And well, actually, it's not too difficult really. This nose of this monkey is an arrow that points straight down. If we follow that, well, it points to this tile right here. So that must be the tile that holds our treasure.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Just as I suspected.
And that's right, the nose and mouth of the monkey form an arrow, and that leads to the treasure. I'm sorry, Inspector, it doesn't appear to have any relevance to the case. Well, isn't that just wonderful? Another prospective lead fizzles out. I'm at my wit's end, I tell you. Whatever you got to show at the Thames Arms, it has to be more useful than that note. We get a new sticker for our picture book. Now then, let's head down. And over to the right, to the Thames Arms. Hello, future Luke. I'm so glad we were finally able to meet again. Where did you run off to? I was doing a little investigation of my own, shadowing a suspicious woman I'd seen around town. I saw her tailing you, Professor. It said that someone had to find out who she was. You must be talking about Celeste. And where did you last see her? I lost her for a while, but I just saw her again, walking into this restaurant. Seconds later, I saw a friend of ours go in as well. Let me guess, Don Paolo? I'm beginning to wonder whether I even need to explain. You seem to know it all already. Well, we've been hard at work investigating too. Of course, I never expected you to just sit and wait idly for me to return, so now what? All the players in our mystery are here. I think it's time to reconvene with Celeste. Players in our mystery? What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, before we actually enter, there's one puzzle that I'm quickly gonna solve. And to do that, we're gonna have to walk a little bit. But hey, it will be worth it. Now we want to head to the right 3 times. Or actually, this won't at all be worth it. But here we go. Hey, what are you lot doing back here? Didn't I tell you this place ain't safe for a kid? We appreciate, but no need to worry. We're on the lookout for danger. Well, at least you're trying to be cautious. Sorry if we got a little worked up. Tell me what. Let me make it up to you with a puzzle. So we have puzzle 133. Below are 2 necklaces, a gold one on the left and a silver one on the right. Can you make them switch sides by sliding the blocks around? Yeah, that's right. I walked all the way out of this way to solve a block puzzle that I hate to do. So I'm gonna just speed this up.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Few things satisfy like a puzzle solved.
And there we go. Fantastic job. That took me forever. Yeah. Okay. Lovely sliding puzzle. On second thoughts, with brainlets like yours, I think you two will manage fine out here. Thank you. Okay, that sliding puzzle took me forever. Next time around, we're gonna do a few more puzzles around the area that we need to solve, and then we will make our way back to the Thames Arms and Rendezvous. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more, then please do consider subscribing to my channel down below. And while you are down there, maybe leave a thumbs up on this video, and I will see you all next time.